Welcome back to Module 9. Today we're going to focus again on design and look at the important role of visuals. Let's begin. So 3 questions: what, why, and how? What are visuals? Why are visuals important? And how do visuals work? How do great visuals work? Let's take a look at all those questions one by one. What are visuals? Visuals are simply images used to illustrate or accompany something. It could be a picture, maybe film, or some type of display. Those are all examples of visuals. Sometimes we say in English, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Great visual displays tell a story in one quick glance. Oh, the home team won. The guest team is losing or will probably lose. This is a powerful visual. Visual storytelling goes back to film. Alfred Hitchcock, one of the greatest thriller filmmakers of all time, said, "I want to put my film together on the screen." This is what gives an effect of life to a picture. The feeling that when you see it on the screen, you are watching something that has been conceived and brought to birth directly in visual terms. Visuals are all around us in Japan. When we walk down the street in Kyoto, we may see a beautiful department store with a beautiful store display. Visuals are everywhere. So what are examples of some powerful visuals? Nike, very simple, clean visual, made for the high price of $45 by a college student years ago, but it communicates action and simplicity and underscores their just do it mentality. The Nike swoosh. Nike also uses a picture of Michael Jordan dunking the ball, his iconic slam dunk, which goes on his sneakers. Again, a powerful visual with a color backdrop. In marketing, we think there are 2 goals of marketing. It's to get people or attract them and retain customers. And the goal is to attract enough people and keep enough people and grow their lifetime customer value over time. And companies like Nike and Apple and other firms know that people respond quickly to visual images. What else can be a visual? Actually, text can serve as a visual. The Takahashi method, which Reynolds spoke a little bit about, uses giant text and just a few words on slides. The Takahashi method is a simple visual slide display. There are no pictures and no charts. Only 1 or 2 short words in very big characters. Here's an example, perhaps. But the Takahashi method gives an example of no pictures, no charts, only 1 or 2 short words and big characters, but the presenter will typically use many slides. So they'll be kind of rapid fire, even faster than the Petra-Kucha method you learned earlier, and many of you used effectively in your presentation 1. So basically the thought is here, less is more. You can have impact with pictures and you can have impact with words, but the thought here is less is more. Okay, so why are visuals, especially in the design stage, important? You want to think this through early on. And as you consider the audience, think about your presentation design and the types of visuals you will or will not use. So start with the audience. Think the audience. What will be most receptive for this particular audience at this particular time? What do they know? What do they not know? Are they hostile or friendly towards you? Think about the audience. Also, visuals make a speaker's message easier for listeners to retain. It increases audience impact. Pictures are fast and words are slow. If you look at when I share these slides with you, not the narrated version, but the non-narrated version, the slide that's highlighted here, pictures are fast and words are slow, are explained by Jerry Sandusky when he talks about the power of pictures. Take a look at his link and see if you agree. In consumer behavior terms, there's something called the AIDA principle. The AIDA principle is attention, interest, desire, action. And it's an acronym for principle coined by the American advertising legend Elias St. Elmo Lewis back in the late 1880s. But his basic principle was if you can grab the customer's or consumer's attention, then you have a chance of generating some interest. And if they're interested in you, they might desire your product or service. And if they desire your product or service, then they might just do it, take action and buy it, right? So his principle is the AIDA principle. And I'd like to look at it now as we think about both consumer behavior, but also presentation design. Pages with images or video draw on average about 94% more views than their text-only counterparts. So you can use text, and that's fine, but if you're very heavy text, then that can be a problem. Visuals plus text grab people's attention and highlight what's possible. Interest. Visuals increase interest in the speaker's information. When you can use a visual, you can hopefully pull the speaker in, attract their attention, generate some interest. And then the goal would hopefully be to then create desire. Desire may actually clarify the speaker's idea and prepare the audience for action. Maybe you want them to change their attitudes toward your product or service, or to even you. Maybe you want them to buy something. Action. Action is the most effective way of passing information because the human mind processes things in images. Visuals increase audience impact and audience action. That's why Nike is so heavily engaged in telling stories. Stories about about great athletes, but have applications for average people like you and me. Nike uses visuals and stories very powerfully, and you can too. Pictures just work. They're perfect for our long-term goals. Often a picture, because it's worth 1,000 words, can save time, and it will stick in your brain longer and helps us communicate better and more effectively and make more powerful presentations. So one of the big takeaways from this presentation is pictures just work. Visuals matter. Visuals and slides are easy to produce. Ultimately, you make the presentation, but visuals can help support and reinforce your presentation. Whether it's in PowerPoint or Keynote, it really doesn't matter. Whatever tool you use, that's up to you, but visuals can highlight and amplify your best and brightest thoughts. Visual slides are easy to produce in general. Most of you have PowerPoint or Keynote. You can get a free PowerPoint subscription from school. If you don't know how to do that, go to Microsoft and just type in your school address and you can get a free version of Microsoft Office, which includes PowerPoint. 3-question lectures. So the third question is, how do visuals work? How can you design your slides or other visuals depends completely on your unique situation, your content, and your audience. But let's keep a few things in mind. Prioritize simple visuals. Steve Jobs, the former founder of Apple, was a master storyteller, but he would use simple visuals like 2 billion downloads to talk about maybe his latest iPod. Prioritize simple visuals to increase audience impact. Bruce Lee, the martial arts great, says get maximum effect from minimum effort. Do the least to get the most. Think max min. Guide the viewer's eye to increase audience impact. Draw them in and generate greater impact by using visuals wisely. You look at something like Google. Google is so simple, but yet it's so complex. There's so much thought that's gone on to the Google logo, from a balance, from a contrast and color standpoint, from a shape and design. Visuals can add clarity to design. When you see and use empty space to bring greater visual clarity, it can increase the audience impact. And Google certainly has an impactful image that we see every day and sticks with us. It's even become a part of our vocabulary. Just Google it. Use a visual theme. Maybe not an overused theme, but find something that works and is comfortable for you. There are many to choose from. Choose one that makes sense for you and your audience. Try to avoid distractions and decorations. Use high quality graphics whenever possible to support your presentation. Poor quality or overused generic graphics distract, whereas Big Bang, really good graphics, can create a relevant and original and impactful, a more relevant and original and impactful presentation. Try to focus on the really good and leave the really bad behind. Graphics and animation. Ask yourself a few key questions. Does this graphic animation serve a functional purpose? Does the slide animation demonstrate something that I can't convey with words and static images alone? Does it create a sense of momentum in the story I'm telling or reinforce a unified brand message? Does it help you deliver and make that core message stick? Does this graphic animation enhance my viewers' understanding of the material? Does it add clarity to my big idea, my core message? Or is it just cute and I think my audience will like it? Don't go there. Focus on what will bring clarity and impact to your big idea and your core message and stick with that. Remember, how you design your slides and visuals depends on your unique situation, your content, and your audience. Have fun with visuals and use them wisely. Okay, so we're focusing now on active learning teams and presentation 2. This coming week, you're going to deliver a draft of presentation 2. Your team leader will summarize your topic and your key takeaway, and also that you've all done feedback on each other for your draft. And then next week, you're going to go out on the 10th. You'll give your final presentation 2 on what you want to do before you graduate. I'm looking forward to your presentations, and I hope you can incorporate visuals into your presentations even more wisely and better than the last ones. Everybody in next class will give and receive feedback. Don't take it personally. Look at it as a continuous improvement opportunity and keep growing and developing your preparation, design, and delivery skills. Thank you for your time and attention and look forward to seeing you all in class.